Okay, now the last essay is cost of being wrong is less than the cost of doing nothing. So when you are writing essay or you are writing answer, don't be fearful that you will be writing in a wrong way or wrong manner, wrong structure. It is much better than cost of doing nothing. So I feel the students who even bring the worst answer, right, they're much better than the students who don't write anything, right? So cost of being wrong is okay. You might go wrong, it's okay, because once you go wrong, you improve yourself. But even if when you are not doing anything wrong, how will you improve yourself, right? So do something, write answers, right? Don't wait for that perfect time when preparation will become perfect, then I'll start writing. That perfect time will never come. Even if you prepare for 2 years also, you will never find that perfect time. So start writing right now. Time is right here only. It's okay if you go wrong. It's okay if you don't write a good answers. Eventually you will, right? Anyhow, so here anecdote. Can you think of any anecdote? Yes, Edison's. So Edison, there's a quote that he, failed around 1,000 times, right? But at the end he invented bulb, and many inventions were done by him. So he said that I didn't fail 1,000 times, but I found out that what is the 10,000 wrong ways which I should not be doing again, right? So you can be wrong, but it is better than sitting down and not doing anything, right? Not taking an initiative, not starting something, right? Waiting it out, or being lazy, or being indisciplined, right? It is much worse than you being wrong, right? So that aspect you have to explain here. So first, after anecdote, first you will write down what is the cost of being wrong. Right? If you are wrong, or by being wrong, what do you gain? How it is better than being, not doing anything. So here you will write down that from, if you are wrong, you learn from your failures, you learn from your mistakes. Right? Give example of Elon Musk. Right? When he started SpaceX, PayPal, right? When especially SpaceX, right? People made a lot of fun of him that, private jet, you are launching your spacecrafts and might not be feasible. But now it is doing good, and even very repeatedly in his tweets, he has said that his main mission with your SpaceX is he want to settle a colony of human beings on Mars, right? Which right now again is laughable. People laugh about it. Right? But constantly he is trying to work towards it, that over the next few thousands years or 1 or 2 centuries, Earth will not remain habitable. Right? We need to do something where we can have something, a plan B can be there, and he is working towards it. So you can take him as an example that it is much better than not doing anything. At least he is searching. He might be wrong. There might not be a possibility to take human civilization on Mars, but he is trying. Very recently, 2 days back also, he has talked about my main aim is to have a human settlement in Mars, right? Then it provides you a path, or you can say a course correction, right? Through you being wrong, I always say that once you show your answer, then I will tell you that these are the areas which are your weaknesses. If I don't see your answer, how will I tell you, and how will you improve? By being wrong only, you improve yourself. Right? That is why in our education systems, why the system of exam is there. I'm talking about schools or colleges. So that you learn. If you are doing or writing something wrong in your exam, after your exam you realize, no, the right answer was this. So your path correction or course correction happens. right? If in case you are wrong, right? Then there is certain kind of momentum is generated for further actions. Right? There is an inherent thing that okay, I have done this thing wrong, I have written a wrong answer. It creates a momentum that next time I'll do better. Right? You start planning for your next move. When you are not doing anything, there is no momentum. Right? Because you have not even started from that point A. You are just engaging yourself, right, in just sitting idly waiting for the perfect time. Right? Then also it fosters innovation and creativity. If Edison failed, he find out new ways, new innovative ways to do the same things, to improve it. So it creates a sense of improvement also. Right? It creates piecemeal reform. You will be wrong today, tomorrow you will do, you did 5 things wrong today, tomorrow you will do probably 3 things wrong and 2, and then at some point of time you will improve yourself. You will come in a state where you are well versed with that particular thing. Anything. You can give example from economics, businessmen, they have failed so many times. Right? But they have risen up and worked towards. You can take example of Jack Ma, right, who is the owner of Alibaba Express. He has been failed so many times, right, rejected from interviews, didn't get jobs, right, but ultimately he was okay with being wrong, right, but he did never give it up, right, he kept on working. There's a very beautiful movie, if you would have seen, of Will Smith, Pursuit of Happiness, right, where he sticks to his idea that this will work, right. He might have been wrong later on, you never know, but it was much better than not doing anything, just sitting idly at home, right. So like this, you need to go through that procedure where you might be wrong or you might face failure, but it is for your own betterment. From your failures, from your mistakes, from you being wrong only, you learn the right thing. Right? A child, when he falls down, right, or say he encounters that okay, if he'll go on road or he fell down or had a fight, he learns from that particular thing, right, that I should not be going out in this particular time or I should not be playing with this particular person. You learn from doing wrong things, right. Now, because I remember one of my relative was there, so they had a very big courtyard, at the back of their house. So usually during summers, your floor, it was a concrete floor, it becomes very hot in the summers. So my relative, they had a very small kid, so she had just started walking, and after telling her so many times that please don't go there, you will burn your feet. And so she was not listening, and every time we had to pull her, right, when she was trying to go there. So her my relative, she said that let her go, she'll burn her feet and then she'll realize that you should not be going there, right. And so she went there as soon as she put up just one step there, and she realized that it is hot, and she came back and she never turned back to go there in the afternoons. So you learn. Once you are wrong, you learn that this should not be repeated. You should not be doing this, right? Now the next part of the essay will be cost of doing nothing. Yes, when you do nothing, no progress, stagnancy, you miss opportunities. Right, you stop writing answer, you're just missing opportunities. There are so many people who daily are writing answers, who are regularly writing answers. They are much ahead of you. You'll miss that race because you are just not doing anything. Right? What else? Complacency. Right? You will not improve yourself. Right? And also there will be a regret later on that I could have done this particular thing, then I would also have cleared exam. right? So regret is attached with the concept of doing nothing, right? Anything else? No advancement, or that we have done stagnation of ideas, no progress will be there, lack of personal development or personal growth, there will be no, if you are not doing anything. Sorry?
Losing relevance.
Yes, losing relevance, also good points. Right, say take example of your Congress party, right? So instead of reforming their political structure, right, not taking harsh decisions, right, that has resulted in same election result year after year, right? Right now Rahul Gandhi is in a lot of proactive mode. Now we are seeing that a lot of change has happened in the party on his stance. So instead of thinking that this party is in majority and it will keep on winning, at least you can do something. You will be wrong, but at least you will do something instead of just sitting at home or missing any kind of opportunity, losing relevance, right? In fact, this before our general elections, when Bharat Jodo Yatra was there, a lot of political analysts said that it is not about winning elections. This Bharat Jodo Yatra is more about Rahul Gandhi keeping him relevance in the political sphere. Because people will forget him if this time also he loses the elections, right? It was more a fight of relevancy, that okay, I may get wrong, I may lose elections, but at least I will be in the minds of people. I will not lose relevance, that I am still important in the people, doing work, or I am important in the political structure of India, right? Are we clear here? Yes? Sorry? Okay, yes, you can give the example of, where companies have not been able to evolve, like your Kodak photography, they were not able to switch to your digital concept, or Nokia not being able to produce good smartphones, and because they did nothing, they didn't change, they didn't adapt it themselves to the new technology, they failed as a company, vanished as a company, right? Now, what else can you explore here?
The antithesis.
Yes, antithesis will be?
Like you can't go wrong in a surgery.
Okay, cannot go wrong in the surgery.
Some mistakes could actually lead to catastrophic Chernobyl disaster or else Bhopal tragedy.
Okay, yes, good points. This you can write down. One aspect which you can explore here is that sometimes inaction, doing nothing, is also important. Right? Sometimes having a patience, strategic patience, is very important. It's not that you get triggered on any small point and you start fighting and start doing something. Sometimes you have to sit down, strategize, right? Inaction has to, again here you can take example of struggle through struggle, right? Sometimes you don't need to do anything. You need to wait for the, specific time. A suitable time has to be there. What else? Avoid, hasty judgments also, right? If we are just wanting, sometimes inaction is required, where we sit down and analyze all the pros and cons, the consequences, so that we don't make hasty judgments. So that also you can write down. What else? Yes, sometimes, you need to reserve the resources also, right? If say a war is there between a powerful country and a small country, you cannot afford to use your every possible, ammunition or every possible step at once. Sometimes you need to take a step back in action, right? So that you can reevaluate your options and then take an action. So sometimes inaction is also required to re-energize yourself, to revitalize yourself, right? Are we clear here? Now last, in the conclusion, you will write down, when we are talking about acting, wrong, or, we are talking about inaction or not doing anything, you have to write in the conclusion that how to teach people to act decisively, right? That whether I should act here and afford to be wrong, or I can wait for some time and be concerned about when the situations will be more right, then I'll take an action, right? So what you can do is, you can start small, right? So when you are writing answer, it's okay, you start with one answer per week. I'm not saying every day you write an answer, because action is very important rather than inaction, but you can start small. You don't have time, you have classes around the day, right? You're there since the morning till say 5 o'clock, 5:30, but at least start somewhere. Start with a small thing. What else? Yes, what can be? SWOT analysis, or analyzing your performance, right? Working in accordance with the available resources. So all these things, a little bit philosophical in nature, that how do you decide, that whether I should be proactive in this or I need to wait it out, right? That concept you will write in the conclusion part, right? So with this, we have discussed almost 8 essays. Right, keys will be shared shortly. By weekend, by Friday or Saturday, I will share the entire keys. But now one thing you have to remember is, lot of people, they will always say, ma'am, share this key, that key. See, keys are not important. I can give you keys of I have been teaching from essay since long now. I have lot of database of essays, right? For every batch I have prepared different essays, right? So, but one thing you have to remember is, essay you will not learn by reading the keys. You will not. Essay is about how you question yourself, how you create different dimensions, right? Examples probably you can get from one essay, and you might use it in another essay. But essay model key, first of all, I feel there is no model key for essay. Everybody has their own style. I might have missed some points. There is lot of scope for that. You might think in some other dimension also. There are so many students sitting there. Each of you might have a different perspective to look at this thing. So there is no model key as such. 3 people might write in 3 different ways, in 3 different questions. 3 of the essays can be good, right? All of the 3s, irrespective of what other person has given. So first of all, give up this idea of model key. I would, I prefer calling it as essay guidelines. That these are certain guidelines which you can follow, and you create your own writing style. Don't copy people. When I say see your toppers copy, it is more to understand how to write things. Essay is not mugging up things and vomiting on your paper. It is not that, because your topics will be very different. These 8 topics will not be repeated. Probably same kind of theme might come, but again, if even similar theme is there, articulation will differ, right? In this essay, you cannot say simplification is the simplicity is ultimate sophistication. You have to talk about simple ideas, large consequence, and that will need work. So develop the writing skills, develop the art of developing varied dimensions in your essays, that how along which different lines I can break down this particular quote, along which dimensions I can add examples from political life, economic life, social life, right? There are so many books also available online, right? You will search all the previous year essay, everything key will be there, but that will not help you. Right? Initially, probably like now classes happen, now we have gone through the key, you will get the key, that's okay. If you are a first timer in essay, that you have not written any essay before, or you not attended any class, that's okay, right? At some initial level, it's okay, keys you can read, but don't rely too much on the keys, because same questions will not, topics will not come. Develop that mental horizon where any quote comes, you are able to think like a philosopher, you are able to think like a person who can question, who can write down different dimensions. Then only you can attempt these philosophical essays, otherwise it will remain your weak point, right? So work on this. Essay is a very simple area, right? Make it a point, if not every Sunday, at least 2 Sundays in a month, right? Focus on, I'm not saying write 2,000 word essay and 1,200 word essay. Just do the mind mapping. that this is the anecdote I'll write, this is the introduction part, just 2-3 lines of that, and these will be the basic questions I'll be addressing, and under those questions just write 2-3 examples which you might be using. That's it. Don't stress yourself too much, just do this exercise, because if you are giving 2025 exams, say for example, and if you're thinking after prelim you will start doing essay, right, it's a 250 mark question. Can you imagine doing GS2 after prelims from scratch? You cannot, right? So similarly, essay is something which you learn over time. It cannot be done overnight, that after prelims suddenly in 10 days you are writing the best essay of your life. It will not happen. Writing skills have to be developed. Anecdote right now you cannot write in very powerful English or very good words. That will develop over time. Right? So inculcate this habit, be regular with your essay writing, right? Do your mind mapping. First start with PYQs only. One file is already there on the group, where in a table I have given the meanings of the quote. Right, starting from I think 2015 or 16 your quote based essay started. So those essays, their meanings are already given in that PDF. Go through the meaning and start doing your mind mapping. Right? All the best. Thank you.